Okay, boys and girls, today we are going to be learning about what metric units are used to estimate and measure liquid volume. Volume is the liquids that can fit in a container. And so I have got some examples of that for you, and they are over here. And so we've got some different examples in our classroom that I can show you. And so here's some examples. I'll start here with the smallest, and I will show you. So here's an example, and these would be milliliters. Can you see this, everyone? So this is an example. What fits inside of it would be volume. There we go. Here's one example. Here's our next example. And we're going to be discussing all of these. Here's liters, which is what we're going to be discussing. This is approximately, here would be 2 liters up to here. Here's 1 liter there. And then we've got our larger one here, which is about 3 liters. Okay. So let's watch our video while we talk about these, about estimating liquid volume. We're not doing the solve and share today. Okay, we're going to go past that because I don't have enough of those for you to do it together. So we're just going to skip that today for you to do it. Give me the scissors.
What metric units are used to estimate and measure liquid volume? Let's look at 2 different units. What is the capacity of the pail? Capacity, liquid volume, is the amount a container can hold measured in liquid units. 2 metric units of capacity are milliliters and liters. A milliliter is about 20 drops from an eyedropper. This water bottle holds about 1 liter. Step 1. Choose an appropriate unit and estimate. What is similar between the words milliliter and liter?
So what is similar, Brody, between the words milliliter and liter? What? Yeah, what's similar about them? What's almost the same about them? Can you tell me what's almost the same about those words, Nina?
That in the word millimeters, the word liters in it.
Yes, that's what is similar. In the word milliliter, we have the word liter.
They both include the word liter. In the metric system, all units of capacity are related to the liter. What does milliliter mean?
Select your answer.
So what does the word liter mean? What do you think the word liter means? What do you think the word liter means? Who is our, Izzy. You are a person. So what do you think the word liter means? Do you want to come choose? Does it mean 1,000 liters or does it mean 1/1000th of a liter? What do you think?
1,000 liters.
Yes, well picked. It does not. It means 1/1000th of a liter.
A milliliter is 1,000th of a liter. A milliliter is too small to measure the capacity of the pail. So use liters. The pail appears to be large enough to hold several liters. Step 2. Check that the estimate makes sense. Count how many times you can fill a liter container and empty it into the pail. To get a valid measurement, the liter container must be filled all the way to the top each time. The pail holds about 8 liters. Would the capacity of the pail change if you changed the unit measure to gallons?
So what do you think? Would the capacity of the pail change if you change the unit measure? Would the amount, would the capacity change? What do you think, Leah?
No. Because it's the same bucket.
It's
We're
the
just
same.
using different measurements.
The same bucket.
No, the capacity would stay the same, even though the unit for the capacity would change.
The pail would still hold the same amount of liquid.
Still hold the same amount. The pail would
Now
not get
you
bigger
know
or
some
smaller.
metric units that are used to estimate and measure liquid volume.
So boys and girls, when you look at your water bottle, like I'm gonna say, like this water bottle, this is probably about a liter. Some of your water bottles are really big, so some of those are probably more than a liter. Probably Nina's water bottle, Amelia's water bottle is about a liter, Lance's, Sophie's is about a liter. I'm gonna say Izzy's is about a liter. I'm gonna say that yours is probably more than a liter, that's pretty big. I'm gonna say that Leah's is probably about a liter. Beckett's, yours is probably about a liter. That's probably a little bit more. That might be a little bit more. That one's kind of big. So probably the ones that are just like this, regular size one, those are probably all about liter size water bottles. And so when we're looking here, we could see the difference between a liter and the milliliter. Look how small the milliliter is. The milliliter is eyedrop. Can you see it would be using an eyedropper? Are you seeing that, boys and girls?
Yes.
Okay. So when we're trying to figure out the capacity of something, we have to determine what is the appropriate measurement. So a milliliter is about 20 drops from an eyedropper. 20 drops. Is that a lot of drops in the milliliter? No. Imagine 20 milliliters. Imagine dropping 20 drops in a bucket. Would that fill up very much of that bucket?
No.
No, it would not. It would not, boys and girls. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to work here and think about capacity. And work a little bit here with capacity and see how well we can figure out the capacity problems. So let's look here. Let's go over again our capacity. So everybody, I need you to look on your page. Everybody put your eyes on your page. Everybody's eyes on their page. It says, what is the capacity of the pail? So capacity, which is another word for liquid volume, is the amount a container can hold measured in liquid units. Two metric units of capacity are milliliters and liters. Milliliters and liters. So this is a milliliter. A milliliter is about 20 drops from an eyedropper. This is a milliliter. This water bottle holds about 1 liter. You can get pop in a liter, or you can get it in a 2-liter bottle. Whose mom or dad buys liters or 2-liter bottles of pop? The ones that are like that. Yes. Brody, what's your question? Did you have a comment or a question about that you want to share or ask? Okay. So now, let's move on here. So here's what we need to do. First, when you're trying to figure out the capacity of a container, step one, choose an appropriate unit and estimate. Here are units of capacity. 1,000 milliliters equals 1 liter. So 1,000 milliliters, that would be 1,000 of these.
Oh my gosh.
1,000 milliliters equals one of those.
Oh.
1,000 milliliters equals one of those. So you have to figure out, what are you going to use to measure capacity? So a milliliter can be too small, so use liters if you're going to measure this bucket. The pail can hold several liters. So if I wanted to figure out the capacity of that bucket, am I going to do milliliters? Can you imagine how long it would take me to figure out how many milliliters that would hold? I would be sitting there forever trying to figure it out, drop by drop by drop.
I think there would be so many that I would lose.
So we would have to use the appropriate measurement. It would take much less time to do it by liters. So it says a milliliter is too small, so use liters. The pail appears to be large enough to hold several liters. Check that the estimate makes sense. Count how many times you can fill a liter container and empty it into the pail. The pail holds about 8 liters. So I would be able to do 8 liters to fill the pail. So let's go to our page right here. So let's talk about Susie. Susie made a large pot of soup for her family. The pot Susie used has a capacity of 5 liters. Why could the capacity of the same pot be 5,000 milliliters? Can it be that? Yes.
Yes, it can, because 1,000 milliliters equals 1 liter.
Yes, you're right, it can be.
And
So-
then,
So yes, keep talking.
and then since there's 5 liters of them, and then it would be 5,000 milliliters, because it'd still be the same, but there's just 1,000 of each, and then add up to the 5 liters.
Yes, so since 1 liter equals 1,000 milliliters, then 5 milliliters equals 5,000. So that's what we say. So let's write that. Yes,
Do you mean 5 liters, not milliliters?
milliliters.
You got 5 millimeters equals 5,000.
5, oh, you're right, I didn't mean that. Sorry. 5 liters. There you go. 5 liters. Did you write that? Did you write that? Did you write here? You gotta write that. Here. Oh no. No. Sit up. Push your chair in. Right. Okay. So now, boys and girls, it says find a container that you predict will hold more than a liter, and another that you predict will hold less than a liter. Use liter and milliliter containers to check your predictions by finding the actual capacity of each container. So, what do we have in here that you think will hold more than a liter? What's going to hold more than a liter? hold more than a liter that we have in our classroom? Maddie, what's gonna hold?
Maybe my water bottle possibly could.
You think it's gonna hold more than a liter? Okay. Well,
You know it'll hold more than a liter. Mine can.
here, I'm gonna have to get somebody to go put a liter and here, this
I
is
will.
measuring. This does not have a liter measurement. Here,
I will.
here, go fill this up to a liter. Maddie, go fill this to a liter. Dump out your water bottle, because we're gonna have to put it in. Go, do it.
Put it in with drinking water just to make sure.
Well, she's gonna go to the water bottle filler. Go. Go do that now, you can't do that. Let's go.
I want to help
Here,
her.
go help her.
Okay.
You do that. You dump out your water bottle. Go. And then come back, the two of you. Okay, now we need to find something that is what was our other thing? Less than. We need something that's less than. We need a liter and then we need a milliliter. More than a liter and something that will hold less than a liter. What do we think will hold less than a liter? What do we have here that will hold less than a liter? Allie, what will hold less than a liter?
Your flower vase.
Okay. Okay, so get our flower vase.
Don't drop
Go get it, Allie. Get our,
Don't drop it. Don't drop it. Don't drop it.
Here's something heavier than this and it's made of glass.
okay, you're gonna have to take the flowers out of it.
Oh, be careful. Oh, don't be careful.
Okay. You'll have to wait here for them to get back with the water.
I can help Allie with it.
Mine could hold
This
more than
doesn't
a
hold
liter.
1,000, so we can't use this.
Even though it has less water in it.
Well, you know what? A liter is 1,000. So, here, Leah, go fill this up to, I'm gonna say, fill it up to about here.
The top. It's not all matters.
To about here.
This is.
You don't have to fill that up to anything.
This is the
Where's
water.
Maddie? She just had to dump out her water bottle.
She's dumping it out.
Okay.
There, she's back.
Okay.
Hopefully it doesn't.
So come to the front of the room.
Maddie. From Madison, the front.
Maddie to the front with your water bottle. So we want to see if that will hold more than a liter. So put it right here.
Don't
Bill, we want to see if that will hold more than a liter.
I'm an expert at pouring.
Hold it.
I'm an expert at pouring.
Me too.
I can take a pouring while I was
Boys and girls,
Me too.
it did. It went all the way to the top, almost all the way to the top. No, don't do that.
Oh.
Now
You have to drink some
overflowed
of
it.
it. You have to drink some of it.
Well, no, she's not going to drink that because that was not rinsed out.
Oh.
So now you Okay.
Now this is so wet.
Do you think mine are holding more than a liter?
Wait.
Don't do it on my
Allie, don't carry it, Allie.
Okay, bring it over here.
Hi, Lauren.
I'm pouring. Lauren. Remember?
Okay, so that one, our first one did. Now we have to see if that'll hold.
Yeah, overflow like that's gonna overflow.
Yeah, that's gonna.
It's like a lot of big.
Okay, stop. You can stop once it started. Okay, so,
That's still gonna be wet.
okay,
It's
we
not
don't
even close.
Oh, if you look at it, it looks kind of like a lion.
It's not even close.
Wait, the round is coming.
Look behind you.
Okay.
It's not even close. You
Oh, wait,
like the kid.
Look
Look at
Okay, boys and girls,
I was like,
throw the water back in the container.
I was
Dump it in the
in
container.
I was just back when Allie said here. Say who?
No, you don't need to fill anything up.
I'm
We
doing
just leave it.
With the flowers.
Oh, with the flowers, that's what we need to do. Okay, I don't know why you're out of your seat. I don't know why you're out of your seat. I'm confused by that. Okay, that can just sit there.
But I was thinking we could use your mini Coke thing.
Okay, now, here's what we're gonna do. So we checked, we experimented with 2 items. We thought that the water bottle would hold, let's see, find a container that you think will hold more than a liter. Our water bottle held, as a matter of fact, the water bottle held the liter, right? It didn't hold more than a liter, it just held a liter. Did it hold more than a liter, or just it held a liter?
I filled it up just to 1 liter.
So it only held a liter. So the water bottle, so that's right, our water bottle held exactly a liter. So the water bottle's capacity was 1 liter. And then the base's capacity
Where's the base?
was less than, what was the base's capacity?
Less than 1 liter.
Was less than
It's
1.
not even half of not even half of what you told me.
It was less than a liter.
It's a quarter.
It was not very much. It did not take very much water at all.
I knew it was gonna be less than, literally the size of that cake makes it look less than.
Then why did
Okay.
you choose it?
Because we're supposed
Because
to.
we're supposed to do something that makes less.
So now, boys and girls, we're going to have to do some estimating.
Oh gosh.
We're going to do some estimating. Here, we're not really going to be doing it, but we're going to have to be thinking, what would be the better estimate? And it'll be easiest for us to kind of estimate because we're going to be kind of looking. Where's the one here? Okay. Here we have 2 liters is right here. This is 2 liters right here. So when we're looking here, it says circle the better estimate for each. That's a glass of milk. Is a glass of milk going to be 250 milliliters,
Oh gosh.
or is it going to be 2 liters? Do you get a glass of milk that's 2 liters or 250 milliliters? What do you think is the better estimate for a glass of milk? What do you think? Izzy?
1 liter?
You don't have a choice for that. You have 2 choices here. It's 250 milliliters or 2 liters on your page. Izzy, look. This is 2 liters here. Do you get a glass of milk that's like this? Is this how big your glass of milk is at home? No. So what's the better estimate? 250 milliliters or 200 liters? 250 milliliters. That's the better estimate. Circle it. For this, one of those little, oh, some of your teachers may have had these little buckets. I've had these little buckets. What is the better estimate for that little bucket? Is it 5 milliliters, those are small, or is it 1 liter? What do we think is the better estimate for that? Those are small. They're like this big. What do you think?
1 liter.
1 liter? So you think it's about this big? Those are very small.
1
1 liter, you are right. They're 1 liter because they're very small. They're about this big. They're about that big.
D.
Okay? Now, let's look at a bottle of juice. How big do you think a bottle of juice is? Is it going to be 5 milliliters, which is very small, or a liter in a bottle of juice? What do you think? We're estimating a bottle of juice. What do you think, Lance?
A liter.
A liter. A juice is a liter. How about a cereal bowl? What do you think a cereal bowl is going to be? Is a cereal bowl going to be a liter or 300 milliliters? What do you think?
300 milliliters.
It's going to be 300 milliliters. It's going to be your cereal bowl. Okay. Now, it says in 7 through 14, circle the better estimate for each. The better estimate for each. So I'm going to let you and your partner do 7 through 16. And then I'm going to have you do on the back side 20 and 22. 20 and 22. 20 and 22. Okay?